Hi everyone, this is Brandon's dad, and you're watching True School Sports.
The UK should have this fight. I think in a perfect world, it should be at Wembley Stadium. But the thing is, first of all, the UK they cannot put up the most money. When we talk about America and Saudi Arabia, the UK is not putting up more money than either one of those two countries. First of all, Saudi, I believe in Joshua's last fight with Ruiz, they gave Joshua upwards of $88 million. So he's doing all right for himself, Anthony Joshua. He's not struggling financially, and the Saudis want to bring him back. So could you imagine if they give $88 million for the Ruiz rematch? What the hell would they give him for a fight with Fury? It would have to be plus 100 million. It would have to be maybe probably plus 120 million. He would probably have the biggest payday of any fighter in the history of boxing, bar maybe like Floyd Mayweather when he fought Pacquiao. Okay, that's number one. They can't offer the same amount of money as Saudi, and they can't offer the kind of exposure worldwide and sponsorship opportunities that America could if the fight were to take place on like a Super Bowl Sunday. They just can't. They can't. So that makes it very challenging. And the only way I could foresee this fight happening in the UK is if like the Queen and the royal family just take shit to ungodly amounts of money and they just inject it into having this fight happen. That's the only way I can see happening. It's the only way. I know Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn recently said that they should do that. I think Eddie Hearn's kind of made a plea with the British government to kind of do that. And that's the only way I think it's going to happen, is that the British government somehow gets involved and just inject as much money as possible into this event as possible. Other than that, this fight's not happening in the UK. It's not. And take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. Now, as far as if it did happen in the UK, I think it'd be great for the fans. The atmosphere would be unreal. They'd probably shatter every record possible. It would be the biggest event in the history of the country. Personally, though, I don't want to see it in the UK because I think if the fight somehow is close, like if Anthony Joshua just boxes better than we think, and the fight is close, I don't think Fury's getting a decision in the UK. I think the British boxing establishment, and just the British boxing at large. And when I say British boxing, I mean the establishment. They're trying to get Tyson Fury beat by any and all means possible. And we all know Anthony Joshua, the Golden Boy. So I think it should take place on neutral ground, in America. They both fought here before. Fury's fought here a little bit more than Joshua has, but they both fought here before. But neither one of them is from here. So I think they should have it in America, somewhere like, I don't know, Yankee Stadium or something like that. You know what? There you go. I just figured it out. They should have it in America at Yankee Stadium, 55,000 seats. I'm sure plenty of Brits would love to come to New York City again and get behind whoever it is they support. I think that would be the way to go. To be honest with you, like a lot of old fights in the past, like in the 50s and 60s, they're at Yankee Stadium. Why not bring that back? Fight at the new Yankee Stadium. It's 55,000 seats. It's in New York City. That'd be huge. It'd be huge. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, when it comes to this fight, whether you like it or not, America can provide the kind of exposure and global impact like no other when it comes to a Joshua Fury undisputed fight. It's just facts. It just is. Because of the fact that the entertainment capital of the world is here, it gives Joshua and Fury those special like cross promotional opportunities that they're not going to get in the UK, that they're not going to get in Saudi Arabia, that can touch billions of people. But we're talking billions of people. It gives them the opportunity to access to sponsorship dollars they normally wouldn't have if they just fought in Saudi or the UK. So, I mean, listen, the ball's on Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum's court. I'm just here reporting the news. I'm just here to say what I wanted to say about it. I wouldn't mind. Listen, personally, I don't care where it happens. I'd rather it just happen than it not happen at all. If it happens in the UK, great. If it happens in America, great. If it happens in Saudi Arabia, great. But I just want to see the fight. The roadblocks, they're going to complain about. They're going to complain about roadblocks. They're going to complain about all the different things that can hold this fight up. But the easiest way to get through roadblocks is just to get through them. It's like going to grade school. You got to just get through things sometimes. So Fury needs to get through his fight with Wilder, beat him again. And if Fury is as good as I say he is, he should be Wilder. Okay, if he's as good as many people think he is, he should be Wilder again. And same thing with Joshua. If Joshua is as good as many people think he is, and as good as I think he is, he should be the Kubrat Pulev of the world. So they beat those guys. They honor their word. They honor their contractual obligations. Then they can't get sued. You know, Eddie Hearn or Bob Burnham can't get sued for breach of contract, and the opponents can't complain about them ducking them. And then that gives them both more time to build up for an undisputed fight. And then could you imagine? I mean, listen, and this part I know is going to be very touchy for a lot of the Brits, because I got a lot of interesting comments from the Brits on my community post. But I think if we're talking about making this fight as huge as it could possibly get, it has to be in America. It can't be in Saudi, and it can't be in the UK. Even though I think it should be in the UK, I think if you want to make this event as big as possible, you do what Todd DeBuff said, and you put it on Super Bowl Sunday 20. Advertising dollars. I mean, look, we'll Google it right now, right? I'll Google it right now. How much does it cost to run? How much does it cost to run an ad for the Super Bowl? Just out of curiosity, right? Let's just think about it, right? Okay, in 2018, the cost of a 30-second Super Bowl commercial was $5.2 million. Think about that, guys. A 30-second ad to run in the Super Bowl is $5.2 million. Okay, so that's big money, and that's only scratching the surface. We're not talking about some of these ads that are a minute and a half long, 2 minutes long. Then you're talking about 10, 15, $20 million just in ads alone. So companies that are looking to get their sponsorship on the trunks or in conjunction with one of these fighters to run an ad, there's going to be a lot of sponsorship opportunities for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. And I just think that's where the difference is. That's the clear-cut difference to me between the fight happening in the UK or Saudi Arabia. Because there's so much of the entertainment industry here in America, because there's so many companies here in America, because there's so many sponsorship dollars here in America, that's the difference if they were to fight on a Super Bowl Sunday as opposed to the UK or Saudi Arabia. But that's just my humble opinion. Now, to address the point that you see on screen, you know, I've been saying this a lot, and I've noticed, right? I noticed this because look, I'm not one of these LDBC guys. I'm really not. I'm not one of these LDBC guys where I'm sitting here saying the UK ain't shit and America's the best thing ever, and that's what it is. I mean, now I am biased. I do think highly of my country. I love my country. I love America. But I do understand that British boxing is on a high right now. I do understand that the heavyweight division is run by Brits. So we're not taking nothing away from the Brits. I want to give the British fans and my British subscribers all the respect in the world because I love the Brits. But I made a community post and I was exaggerating. I was joking a bit, and I said that I quoted Todd DeBuff, and I basically said that big time boxing will always be in America. It doesn't even matter if it involves two British heavyweights. It doesn't matter how much oil money the Saudis put up. It doesn't even matter if the fight is for undisputed between two British heavyweights. America is the entertainment capital of the world, and I said that America runs boxing. Now, this struck a nerve with many of the Brits because they thought what I meant was that I'm saying that America has all the best fighters, and that's not what I meant because great fighters come from everywhere right now. You got great fighters from Japan. You got great fighters from Eastern Europe. You do have some great fighters from America. You got great fighters from the UK. When I say America runs boxing, what I'm saying is when it comes to staking the biggest events, okay, when you take Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, I mean, what's my magazine at? What's my fucking boxing? Look, when you talk about these motherfuckers right here, when you talk about these dudes right here, these heavyweights right here, okay, when you talk about these big boys, okay, any one of them, Wilder, Joshua, Wilder, Fury, when you talk about putting a fight on between the biggest heavyweight fighters on planet Earth, right? The only way that fight is going to be as big as it can possibly be is if it's in America. Okay, I'm not saying it's got to be in Vegas, but it's got to be in America because of the fact that, like I said, there's so many sponsorship dollars available to the fighter, so it's better for the fighter. Second of all, when we talk about exposure, there's more exposure there for any of the fighters because if you're talking about big-time heavyweight fights in America, people are going to pay attention. Even the Joe Schmo that doesn't know dick about boxing in America will pay attention to it. There are people here in America that pay attention to Wilder Fury that don't normally pay attention to boxing. So if you were to stage a fight on Super Bowl weekend with the promotional powers of Top Rank Boxing, Eddie Hearn, and anybody else that might join the promotional push of these two for Undisputed, it's going to be massive. It's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen before. It might literally be one of the biggest events. It might be the biggest heavyweight fight of all time in terms of marketing and hype and things like that, because of just the fact that it's in America. And then the thing is too, we've seen in the past Anthony Joshua, right? Anthony Joshua has an endorsement deal with Beats by Dre, and he's actually done stuff with Dr. Dre. Like there was that one video where he had that little video called Dr. Dre. So then the sponsorships that these guys already have, it opens up the doors for their current sponsorships and new sponsorships to cross promote. So like you can get Anthony Joshua, just throwing things out there, you can get Anthony Joshua an Express for Men endorsement deal, and that's a cross promotional opportunity for Express and Anthony Joshua here in America. And these are the things that just aren't available. These things aren't going to be available in Saudi. These things aren't going to be available to the degree in the UK as they would be in America. So it's the entertainment capital of the world. It's the consumerism capital of the world, because Americans love to spend money. We love to spend money on shit that we don't need. I mean, take me for example. All right, I recently bought this damn Florida Panthers t-shirt on Poshmark for like $10 because it was cool and I've been wanting it for a while. But like, Americans love to spend money. That's why, I mean, for better or for worse, the debt is very high. That's why, people have a lot of financial problems here in America. I don't have those problems because I'm pretty frugal with my money, but I'm saying many Americans do. But either way, I'm just saying, I think it would be in the best interest for Fury and Joshua. Another reason why this fight won't happen in the UK, and listen, I think it should be in the UK. I think it should be in the UK. Like, I think, look, just being blunt, I think it should be in the UK. But there's just too many factors that are going to prevent it from happening in the UK. Let's get to it. Number one, Tyson Fury doesn't even have his UK boxing license. He doesn't. Okay? He doesn't have his UK boxing license. And he's expressed in the past many times that he has no intention of going to fight in the UK. And he's already gotten to that point in his career where he's experienced big-time boxing in America. And once you experience big-time boxing in America, it's going to take it something truly, truly special to get him to go back to the UK. And don't take my word for it. One of these interviewers, somebody go ask Tyson Fury if he fight in the UK.
Denise Estrada, and you're watching True School Sports.
All right, thank you.